Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Hope you enjoyed your 4th of July and you're in one of those situations where you get to enjoy an extended 4th of July weekend, maybe a 4-day weekend going on. But it is Friday, and so we want to bring out our Friday episode of Mark Fisher Outdoors, and we're talking about summertime. You know, we're getting into the heat of the summer, and there is one thing to look for during the summer that can really congregate fish. So we're going to talk about that when we come back. Stick around, everybody. Welcome back to Mark Fisher Outdoors, everybody. I'm Mark Fisher. Before I get into today's topic, I would like to remind you to hit the subscribe button, hit that notification button so that you know when we put our stuff out. And please, if you have any ideas for other topics that you'd like to see talked about on the channel or anything like that, we encourage you to send your comments in. We like to get that communication going back and forth between you guys and us here at Mark Fisher Outdoors. So let's talk about shade, because shade is a key factor in summertime success. Like we said, heat of the summer, one time and the one place that you can look during the summer to congregate fish and be able to find fish is shade. And shade comes from a variety of different things. Yes, boat docks can be one source of shade, and we talked about that on Monday. One of the areas that I found when fishing Champlain was marinas, where you've got large sailboats and large boats tied off to cans. Each one of those boats is its own shade line. And it may not be directly under the boat, but depending, if the sun is coming from one direction, that shade line might be on, one side of the boat or under, rather than directly underneath the boat. But each one of those places where shade exists puts a bass in a position where it can hang out in the shade, watch for bait fish to come by, and then pop out of the shade, ambush that bait, and go right back into the shade. Guys, I have literally seen it where a boat would be swaying on a can back and forth with the breeze, moving from here and then slow, and the fish are literally just underneath, kind of staying in that shade as that boat moves. That's just one example. Boat docks, like we talked about, are another. But even just the side of the lake that you're on, based on where the sun is. Hey, in the morning, the shade line is over here. In the afternoon, when the sun comes from all of a sudden the other side of the lake or the creek or whatever it is that you're fishing becomes the shaded side. And again, it's not that the fish are moving from one side to the other, but the fish that are on that side where the shade exists, the fish move into that shaded area, because that puts them in a place where it's less hot and they get to be in that position where they are hidden and under cover or in cover. And I'm talking about the cover of darkness, not the cover of a boat dock or a tree limb or something like that. But they are in that darker cover, able to ambush fish that are coming by or that are in the light that they can see. Shade is a huge thing to look for, especially in the summertime when the sun is out longer and it's creating that hot heat. So you've got the side of the lake, you got boats, you got docks, you've got low-hanging branches from you may have a sunny bank, but in that sunny bank there's a couple of different trees that lay over and they're real close to the water and they've got a shade line. The other thing is undercut banks. It creates the same type of a situation. A hot summer day, literally going in and fishing undercut banks where those fish tuck in under the bank, that's a shady area that is shaded for the fish, and one in which the fish can be in that area, literally will be cooler in that situation, and yet they can sit there and ambush prey as it comes by. Shade is a huge thing to look for in the summer. Like to get your comments on other areas and what you've found in terms of fishing shade pockets and areas that have shade in the summertime. Send us your comments. We'd appreciate that. And we appreciate you tuning in to Mark Fisher Outdoors. Take care, everybody. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday.